Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to introduce to you the final version of Local Trading Journal. As you all know, this is an Obsidian plugin, and I just want to go through every single step of how to upgrade it, install it, and what tools you can use. So in here you have dashboard with the win rate, total P&L, profit factor, average win-loss, streaks, how many days in a row you had winning days, how many days in a row you had losing days, best and worst P&L, expectancy and Sharper ratio, risk to reward, duration, and max drawdown and drawdown available. This is demo mode, so I don't have drawdown available set up, so this is just random stats. Fear and greed index for crypto and stocks, red folder news, which will be updated weekly, and you can choose pairs you want. Account balance curve, you will be able to see your P&L, and by clicking on the dot, it will show you what trades you made on a certain date. This is how your calendar will look. Also, if you hover, you can see all the trades you made that day and the total P&L and the risk to reward ratio for the week. Here you will have all trades and all the data you've entered about the trade. Now, when you're importing the trade, you will be able to choose from many brokers. And you can also import a trade manually and choose everything here just by doing it manually. Also, in a newer version, you can see that you will be able to have 2 screenshots. So usually how I like to use it is before trade and after the trade. So it's easier to identify what was your thought process before the trade and how the trade actually worked out. Now, in settings, you will be able to set how many trades per day you're expecting to make, and let's say 10 trades, and if you go over that, then you will get a risk warning. Same with daily drawdown warning. I'm in a demo mode now, so this should be deactivated. Also, you will have an option for commissions. So for example, for trade await commission, you just enter the symbol and how much you're paying for a round trip per contract. Accent color, so you will be able to change color to any color you want. I like to use it same color as my bull candle on the chart. Also, you can generate PDF of all of your trades, and you will have a page which you can print with all the trades you made. I will get back to the AI section, which will be introduced in this new version. Also, you have privacy mode where you can hide all the data. Let's say if you're doing a video review. So going into statistics, here you will see day by day all of your trades. You can collapse them, expand them all. Here will be gallery and all of your screenshots. Because it's a demo mode, there are no screenshots. In Analytics tab, you will have a P&L heat grid hour by hour and by the day. So you'll see how much, what's your total P&L for a certain hour you're trading or for a certain weekday. Win rate by session, win rate by hour. Strategy comparison, so what strategy were you using? P&L by news event, so it will automatically, when you will be importing, it will automatically track the news events which were on that date, and it will just attach the news. So you will be able to see maybe you're underperforming on a CPI news. P&L by symbol, win rate by session, holding time versus P&L. Do winners get cut early? So it's like, are you cutting your winners early? Are you holding your losers too long? Trade duration versus risk and reward. P&L by hour. Confirmations will be like, so let's say you entered the trade because of the EMA or change in state of delivery or something like that, and you will be able to see which confirmations perform best for you. Rolling win rate, 20 trade window, drawdown curve, cumulative R curve, R multiple distribution, win-loss streak timeline, how many wins in a row you had and how many losses in a row you had. SL and TP behavior impact. So I tend to track whether I moved my SL or TP, and usually what happens is if I move my SL, I usually don't take as much as a profit as possible, so that's something I have to work on. Emotional state impact, so every time you will be importing a trade, you will be able to choose what was your emotional state, good, neutral, or bad. And daily P&L distribution, how much you're making per day. In data tab, you will have everything listed about your trades here, just all the data, how you're doing on a monthly basis, your report card on a monthly basis. In the edge section, that's like quantitative thing. If you don't understand any of these parameters, you will be able to ask AI. That would be probably the best course of action, what you can do, because some of this stuff, it's very complex. I left the formulas here, how it's calculated. Trading radar, that will be explaining all the metrics here, and are you doing okay or something needs to be improved. Checklist, so you add your own rules, and every time you import a trade, you will tick whether you followed your rules. Journal, so on a weekly basis, you can write down what went well, what went wrong, what you should focus on next week, and additional notes. What I tend to do is I tend to go through every single trade. I'll show you here an example. So when I do the weekly review, I just click it here and it will show that the weekly review has been done, and same with the monthly review. Yeah, because it's a demo mode, it doesn't show, but yeah, it will show you at the end that you've done the weekly or monthly review. Daily prep, so thoughts for the day, instrument bias, so you can enter instrument, for example, NQ, and you're expecting it to be bullish. Trading time plan, what session you're gonna trade, what to avoid, chart screenshots, you can add as many as you want here. AI section, so in here, if you want to connect an AI, you will have to go to Anthropic's API website and buy an API from them. It would cost you $5, and one request to tell you about your trades would cost you around 1 cent, 1.5 cents. So you would have hundreds of questions available, and AI is actually doing a really good job analyzing your data and telling you where you need to improve. So I do recommend getting an API. And how to set it up is just going to the settings and copy pasting your API key here, and that's it. And from then on, you can just chat with the API. Billing, it will show you how much you spend on each account and how many cash outs have you done. Also, when you start using the journal, you should add an account, and I'll add all the details here. You will be able to choose status, whether it's failed, funded, or passed. That will be your net P&L curve. And this is the review. This is how you do your weekly or monthly review. There will be all the trades listed here, and you will be able to look at the screenshots, at how did you do, what mistakes have you done. Also, in terms of all these tabs, so now you have an option to remove. Let's say if you don't need a checklist, you can hide it. And let's say I've hidden distribution. So distribution is just to show whether you're profitable on your prop firm accounts. And I've hidden the market data. Market data is where you can import from Yahoo Finance. Let's say this is the seasonality data, and it shows you how assets were performing on a particular month. I have like 24 years data, and for Bitcoin like 10 years data, and it just shows you which month was the best. In here you can import Fed macro indicators, so let's say the funding rate. It will show you what was the funding rate for each month. In here you can import CFTC commitment of traders report, and you would be able to see what are net long positions, what are max short, max long, average net. You will have a filter where you can filter out all of your trades, a time zone converter, equity simulator. In equity simulator, I do recommend using your stats. So then it will show you what would be the average final balance after 100 trades if you continue trading as you're trading right now. In a dashboard widgets, you will be able to select an account, and it will show you, let's say I'm selecting this account, it will show you max drawdown, trailing drawdown, and you will have a challenge tracker in your dashboard. So as this is a version 4, if you want to upgrade it or install it, in community plugins, you will go to this folder here, and you will as overwrite the files, and you will get an upgrade. And for those who are installing it as a brand new version, you will have an instructions how to do it, but it's pretty simple. You just go to the installed plugins and copy the folder over there, and it will start showing here, and you'll just turn it on and you will see the same view as I see here. Also, if you want to play around with themes, I have minimal theme settings, style settings, and hider, just to hide few things from the Obsidian. In appearance tab, I have it adapted to the system, but let's say if I want a light mode, you have a light mode. If you want to change the color, you can do it in a settings, and you will have another color. I will be running a promotion for April, 30% off with a code April. After April, I don't think I will be running any more promotions, as the version is complete, and from now on I will be just fixing some minor bugs if you'll find any. I cannot find any more, any of them. Yeah, and I think I've covered it all. Well, anyway, if you have any questions, just DM me on X. Thanks for your time. Bye, guys.